We have to continue the session. What yesterday we have seen about somewhat simple website, simple static website. So we have to today our agenda is. So what is the difference between static and dynamic website? We have to create one e-commerce website. So what is Python? What is Django? Why do we need Django? What is model? What is view? What is template? What are the database we are using? SQLite. So these things we have to see. These things we have to see today. Those who are attended yesterday will continue. Otherwise, we have to install the Django by Python and Django installation. Then Visual Studio Code. In the Visual Studio Code only. In the Visual Studio Code only, we have to work the Django. Okay. So now we go for Python. So we have to continue the session. So what is Django, scope of Django, architecture, and all those things. So before that, before we entering into Django, we have to see the Python. So what is Python? What are the important things regarding Python? Then we go into Django because without knowing the Python, we are not entering into the Django. See, Python is a simple language. It's a interactive language, easy to learn. It is open source. It is very, very portable, and it is having dynamic memory management. It is having dynamic memory management. It is a high-level language only. It is a dynamic memory management. Nowadays, all the Linux operating systems, which all are developed using this Python. Before that, before the Python getting familiar, all the Linux operating systems, they are built in C, C++. Nowadays, in somewhat around 6 to 7 years, they have built the Linux operating system using Python. So it is an interpreted language. It is also a object-oriented. We can extend the language. We can embed the language. So many advantages are there in Python. Actually, is the guy who developed the Python. It came in the 1980s itself. The release has been in the 1991. But what happens? Why it is not familiar in that days? There is a reason between the Python, because normally we know that in the computer field, America is dominating, but this Python has found in the Netherlands Mathematics Institute. So that's why this is not familiar. That's why this is not familiar. That's why this is not familiar in that time. But once once 2012. So once 2012, they have released this somewhat called three version. So see 1995, 1.2, then 1.4, then 2.7. So from 2.7, they are creating the operating system using the 2.7 in the Linux. But nowadays, we are using version 3. Most of the companies, they are creating their websites with the Python and Django. So Google, Facebook, Dropbox, Yahoo, NASA, IBM, Mozilla. All websites, all websites that are all websites that are developed in Django. Why? There are lots of advantages in Django. That's why they are developed their sites in the Django. So during the Django, I will explain it clearly. Why they are developed, why they are using that. So in Python, we are not having any data types. It is automatically assigning the memory based on the data. See how it is working, how it will be uh, taking the data. It is a interpreted as well as interactive language I told. So I will go to command prompt. Just I will go to command prompt. I will type Python. It will come here directly. This is the interpreted mode. Whatever I have given, it will automatically take on the data. We don't give the data. Suppose I have to give like this. It says class tree. So automatically this will be taking the database. Okay. So this is the important thing regarding this is the thing important regarding the Python. Okay, then if I give so in that another controversy here, it will be taken somewhat called complex number also. But no other language will taking this complex number, Python. So nowadays most of the administrators, Windows, Windows as well as Linux. So Windows as well as Linux, as well as any kind of OS, any kind of OS, we are having the Python coding for their administration. For their administration. So we can do this. So this is called the interpreted language. So immediately, this is the interactive language. This is immediately, if you ask any question, it will immediately responding your question. This is the thing called interpreted language. So interpreted language. Now we go for in that is interactive language. Now we go for interpreted language. How we have to say that Python is a interpreted language. Suppose I will go to Notepad. Here I have give some of so these things. See like this. You have to give. See, I have to give like this. And so I have to give like this. So what happened? I have to save as file, save as. Somewhat I have to put it in documents, no problem. Test.py. So I have to given as the file as test.py. Okay. So I have to given the file as test.py. Okay. Now I told that this is the interactive, this is the interpreter, how it is interpreted. Now I have created one Python program and it was typed in the notepad and it was typed in the notepad. Now I will again come to here command prompt. So I have to put exit here from the thing. Here cd documents. Here Python test.py. So the output will be shown here. So that is integer. This is integer. Second one is integer. And third one is what? Third one is string. Because this thing we are. So this is called the interpreted line. So we are having the interpreter. Okay. So this is the important thing. Suppose this same Python we have used in Linux. There it has somewhat different without using the Python. We directly make it this file as executable and we directly run in Linux mode. Okay, that's the thing. It is very familiar because of its optimized code, fast thing, fast that is fast processing, unlike that. So it will automatically assign the size of the data, the memory, size of the memory. So automatically. That's why the Python is popular. So there are so many data types. Okay, see. So in this string Unicode list, tuple, set, frozen set, dictionary, integer, float, complex, boolean, all are data types. So what is that? So list we can change, we can add, we can delete. Anything will be happen in the list, but in the tuple it is immutable. We can't change the value inside the tuple. We can't change the value. Sets are unordered. It is frozen. This frozen sets are unordered and frozen. I will give the example for list, tuple. Dictionary is a key value concept. Dictionary is a key value concept. That thing also I will give example. Just see here. Suppose I have to give this as list. So because of the dynamic data type, we can give anything. We can give anything inside any data type inside the list because of the dynamic nature. A type of A. This list. We can change. We can change the value in list. See here the list is displayed. You have to type A, the list is display. Okay, next. See, I have to change the content in the list. So A of 1 equal to somewhat 4. Now see, it is changing. So because the index position starts from 0. The index position starts from 0. Is work done. Next, suppose I will go for tuple. Here, same thing. But we can't change. We can't change. Tuple object does not support item assignment. That is, we cannot change. Okay, so it is a read-only list. So tuple is the read-only list. For list, the square bracket will come. For tuple, the normal bracket will come. Sorry, okay. Now next, set. Set is a unordered one. Okay, set is a unordered one. So what is the difference between ordered and unordered? See, suppose, so I have given so unordered means it will not come. We can short this. We can short this, but using the command is there. But the set, it is not an order. It's not an order. Just I will show you. So somewhat D equal to somewhat set. Set consists of flower basis. Set consists of flower basis. In the set, the data set should be same. In the set, the data set should be same. It will not take an string. It will not. That is, if you have created, the data type should be same in the particular. Okay, see, the data set should be same, not different. That is, we can't give a different type of data types inside the set, but we can give the. We cannot give duplicate values also. See, again, I will give. So the duplicate values also not allowed inside the. Okay, this is the set. This is also one data type. Now I will give us somewhat dictionary. Dict. It is also comes in with flower basis. So it is having if it is integer, we don't give anything. No quotes will come, but if it is not integer, then we have to give the quotes. So this is the way. This is the way we have created the JSON value. This kind of data set is called as JSON data type, or it is a key value. So this is one important data set. See, actually, the Python language is designed based on Python language is designed based on Perl language. Python language is designed based on Perl language because in olden days, we are using the Perl language instead of the Perl language. Nowadays, we are using the Python language because in olden days for Linux administration, Linux scripting, Windows administration, Windows scripting, they are using Perl language. But instead of Perl language, nowadays we are using Python language. Python is very, very popular because in each and every field, in networking field, if you go for networking field, If you go for website field, if you go for artificial intelligence field, if you go for data visualization, if you go for data scientist, if you go for embedded field, any field, we can use Python. That's why the Python is this much popular when we are comparing Java. In Java, the number of lions will be more. Okay, in Java, the number of lions will be more. But in Python, the number of lions will be less to create a coding. That's why the Python is so much popular. There are a lot of web frameworks are also there. A lot of web frameworks. So many frameworks are there in the Python. Okay, these are all the data types regarding that. So we have to give next one. So suppose we have to create somewhat function, then we can create the function using def statement. We have to create the function using def statement. I will show you in the note. See def add a comma b. So return a plus b. But here what happened? In Python we need indentation instead of bracket. In C Java or in C Java in C Java and C++, any language we are having curly braces. But here no braces. Instead of that flower braces, we need the indentation. Okay, indentation is very important thing in order to find out the logics, in order to understand the logics of the coding by ourselves as well as by the machine. See, so I have to call add from 10, 20. Okay, so in this way we can add it. So I will now save it. I will go to the command prompt again. I will go to the command prompt again. So I will give exit here. I will go to document again. I will see the sum of two numbers is 10. Okay, so in this way we have created here this thing basic. So once there are three levels. One is function. Then we are creating modules. So what is a module means? Nothing but it is a collection of functions. So modules also there in Python that is called as collection of functions. Then there is another thing that is called as packages. So packages is nothing but it's a collection of modules. Collection of function is called as modules. Collection of modules is called as packages. So these things are there in Python. So after this, I already told you that Python is a object-oriented. See, Python uses the indentation or white space to delimit the statement of blocks rather than keywords or braces. That is the important thing. Okay. So now, I already told you about that. Python is a object-oriented program. These are all somewhat a if condition like that. These are all some basic syntax of that. So then if conditions are there, for loops are there, nested ifs are there, while loop is there. So normal, all the things which are all in the language, we are having that. See here, this is what we are seeing the functions. This is the thing we are seeing the. Okay. Now after functions, so exception handling in order to find out the error. So in order to find out the error, so we have to somewhat rush up in Python. I will teach the Django in depth. That's why I am somewhat rushing up the Python. Otherwise, I will go slow. It is not a Python. We have to see the Django. Then another concept why I am not that is I am not covering the JavaScript and I am not covering the Bootstrap because in Python or in Django the JavaScript is not necessary. The Bootstrap is that much not necessary. That's why I am omitted that thing yesterday. So that's why that. So just cooperate with me. I will somewhat rush up in Python and I have to go with depth in the Django. Okay, same concept will come in the Django itself. So there I again explain. Okay, there again I will explain this thing. Same concept will become. So this is the error handling thing. There are a lot of type of error. So index error, then number exception, format exception, class not found exception. Okay, so like that we are. So next thing is very important. See, actually, I already told you that Google, NASA, IBM, Facebook, like that, why they are using Django. That is the main concept behind that. What main concept is? You must learn regular expression. You must learn regular expression, pattern matching. That is called as must learn regular expression. You must called as wildcard and metachar in operating system commands. You have to call this wildcard and metachar operating system in the operating system. That is the reason behind that. The Django framework is that much popular because during the pattern matching, during the searching, see you see that there is a difference between the Google search engine and Yahoo or other big search engine. There is a difference because of the power of the regular expression in Python. If you want to go for full stack development in Python, you must very well to do with regular expression. If you go for data scientist or if you go for data visualization, you should know very well in the number modules, random modules. So each and every concept, lot of functions which will be available in Python. So they are segregated each and everything. Okay, each and everything, these are segregated. So that's why based on the technology which you want, you must learn that technology. That technology. Okay, that's the thing there. Now we go for classes, that is object-oriented program. So what is that object-oriented program? So why we go for object-oriented programming? What is object-oriented programming? Anybody having idea, just chat. Why do we go for object-oriented programming from normal programming? Anybody having idea about that? Just chat. Anybody know about that? Why do we go for object-oriented? What is the advantage over object-oriented? Any idea? Yeah, code reusability is one advantage. Then other than that, is that very important? Other than that, the same thing. Code reusability, it is the user for programming to reuse it. Both are same. Very important point is there. What is that? Data redundancy for calling easily. Then other than that, the important thing you are not, I think you all are forget about the important thing regarding the object oriented, I think. See, maximum, yeah, it is a secured one. Because of security, we have to go for object oriented. Okay, next point is it can simulate the simulate the real time environment. That's why we are going for object oriented. Okay, so now we have to see some simple program in the object oriented. I will show. So class employee, that is the name of the class. So this is called documentation for the, this is called the documentation for the class, not any other language we are having this kind of concepts. So next I have to put indent. So here I have to declare a class variable. So this is the important. Okay. Now I have to create a constructor for the class. We have to create the constructor. What is a constructor? Anybody know about what is a constructor? Why do we need the constructor? So def is the function name, def init. So underscore underscore init underscore underscore. So here we have to give self. This is the keyword required. But we can put anything. We can put anything instead of self. But what actually why we put self means it represents the same object or same class. So it creates the memory in order to store the object. It has to create the memory in order to create the object. That's why we need the constructor. Okay. So now the self is the keyword is very, very important because it represents the same class, that is same parent. Okay, so I have to put so name, comma, age. So this is the local variable which we have sent from outside. Name and age is the local variable. We have to send it from outside. Here in the class, so self dot name equal to name and self dot age equal to age. So the name and age is coming from outside of the object, then that will be converted into or that will be stored inside the object using this self.name and self.age. Once I have created the class or once I have created the object, what happens if I print the object? What happens? Just see here. So I have given emp of, I have to given two variables called name and somewhat age. Okay. So I have to give print e. So what happens? Just see how to save it. How to go to command prompt. Not emp, it is class employee. The class name is employee. See, the object ID is shown where the memory has created. It has shown the object ID. It is in the hexadecimal code. It shows the object ID. That is the important thing. When we are done, when we have to see this as human readable. We have seen this in machine readable form. When we have to see this name and age as human readable form. For that, there is a method called def str underscore underscore str underscore underscore cell for return self dot name plus str of self dot age. Why we are giving self dot name and self dot age is a number, but we are declaring the str. These are all the magic functions which are all available in Python. So if you have type str, then it will be shown as the human readable form. Just I will show you. See, Ram and 34 will come. So there is a difference. Once we are not giving this thing, okay, once we are not giving this, it will be shown as the object. So the string method is not there, then the data will be shown as object. That means that is the machine readable. But we are giving the str, it is shown in human readable form. Okay. So in the object oriented concept, it supports encapsulation, it supports polymorphism, it supports inheritance. So each and everything it supports. There is one thing here. I think you almost know about polymorphism. There are two types of polymorphism. One is called static polymorphism or compile time polymorphism. That is called as overloading. The another concept is called as dynamic polymorphism or runtime polymorphism. And there we are using overriding. Python is a interpreted language. That wise, here there is no overloading concept. That is, there is no compile time polymorphism or static polymorphism is not applicable. But instead of that, they are already giving some special functions like for operator overloading, like underscore underscore add underscore underscore or underscore underscore sub underscore underscore. Like that, there are so many magic methods or functions. They are already okay. So in Python, all the concepts are there. But Python is a interpreted language, so there is no static polymorphism. Instead of that, we are using some inbuilt methods which will be available in the Python itself. So that thing we have to use. Other than that, all the concepts which are all in the OOPS, it will be supporting. So this is the thing when we are going. So we can inherit, we can use multiple inheritance, we can use multi-level inheritance, we can use hybrid inheritance, so any kind of inheritance. We can use hierarchical inheritance. So any kind of inheritance we have do here. Okay, that is the thing. Suppose I want to change the age value. For example, now I have to give another one user defined function or user defined method. So these two are inbuilt method. I have to give some user defined method. So I have to call this method. How I have to call this method? Now the age is incremented and that will be displayed. Just check. Okay, just check. That is the this is the user defined method. These two are built-in methods. See 34 plus 34, I think self dot age equal to here I have to do self dot nothing. Self dot age equal to self dot age plus 1. 34 plus 1, 35 will be. So in this way, we have to create the user defined method, built-in method. So in the object oriented concept. Okay. So these kind of things which will be applicable in Python. The next thing. So this is the important concept that is called as OS. OS module. I will show you this thing. Not like this. I will show you in different. See, we'll go to Python. So I will type import OS. See, these many functions which are applicable in the OS module for Windows version. In Windows version, there are nearly hundreds of functions available in Python. If you go to a Linux operating system, nearly 300 to 400 OS functions will be available. Because there is a difference between Linux operating system and Windows operating system. So each and every module, we have to see what are the functions inside the modules. We have to see like this. Just import it. We have to put OS. Suppose I want to know what is the current directory we are using. See, we are using user administrator dot. See, OS dot pwd. Import OS again. Not pwd, just a I will check. There are so many things. So make directory open path. Path is there. So read, remove directory. So many things. So get CW. os dot get CWD, that is get current working directory. See where I am. So all the OS functionalities which will be there inside the. So we can create a directory, we can remove a directory, we can list a directory. So anything we can do it. So using the OS module. So there are so many functions. Okay. So suppose I have to see import random. So dir of random. This is for random module. So we have to create random numbers. So this random module, why it is using means it is used to create games. Mainly the random module is used to create games. So like that Python is very familiar and very easy working environment. Okay. So threading is also there. So once we are going for object oriented, we go for threading. So threading concept. So threading means at the same time we can divide the process for more process in each thread. So threading concept is also okay. So let's see. So what does Python have Internet of Web Program? So there are many flavors which are inside the that is in available in the Python, like Jython, Iron Python for .NET environment. In order to .NET environment, we have to create Python. Then that kind of Python is called the Iron Python. For Java, it is JPython. Then for C, it is Python, Cython. Like that for Ruby, R Python is there. So for each and every language, we can embed the Python. V Python is there for civil engineers, or not for civil engineers, for mechanical engineers to create 3D objects. We are called as V Python, that is a visual Python. That is called as visual Python. Then that Python is called as for creating 3D objects. So like that, so many Python flavors. Okay, so many Python flavors are there. Now we go into Django. So this is an important thing. This is an important thing. We have to do practicals. So more practicals we are creating the website using the Django. So the agenda, what is Django, scope of Django, architecture, like that. So before that, go into the creation of dynamic website. Before we go into the creation of dynamic website, we have to go to what is the difference between static website and a dynamic website. So what is static website? So yesterday we have created the static website that will directly run in the browser. That will be directly running in the browser. But for dynamic website, there in the static website, I already told you HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, like that. That will be the content of static website. But in dynamic website, the server side languages such as PHP, Node.js, okay, Node.js, Django, like that. So many things are there in the server. So for here, we have to convert this kind of languages into browser readable form, because browser only know HTML, CSS, JavaScript only. But in the dynamic website, we are writing the codes in languages like Python, Java, Node, then PHP, Java, like that. So instead of that, that will not directly read by the browser. So for that, we need to interpret these into browser readable format. So we need the server environment. So we need the server environment. Okay. So content of web pages cannot be changed at runtime. That is the static website. Content of web pages can be changed frequently. That is the dynamic website. So no interaction with the database. For static, there is no database interaction. For dynamic, it is interact with the database. So it is faster, it is slower, cheaper, it is more cost. No future for content here, future for content management system. So same content delivered every time. Content may change every time the page is open. So this is the main difference between the static website and the dynamic. So another thing, so we can render this dynamic website into browser readable form. But in Django, there is a inbuilt server inside the Django there. That's why the Django is called as battery included. So I will tell what are all the things. So Django is a web framework. In order to develop web application, server-side environment, we can use Python coding. Client-side environment, we can use HTML5, CSS. We don't need jQuery. We don't need JavaScript in Django. Django named after a guitarist. So Django is nothing but it is a name from guitarist. The word derived from guitarist. So it will be developed by the guitarist. So 2003 it has developed. Okay. So that's the important. So high level framework for rapid data model with Python classes, manipulate data. So production ready data had been introduced, generated dynamic. Elegant system for mapping, so everything will be fine. It is so many advantages are there. So what are all they? So it is having MVT framework. So what is that MVC or MVT? In olden days, not in olden days, even if you go for PHP, we can write the code for each and every concept will be in the same page. So will be in the same page. But if we go for a model view controller, we can divide the code into three parts. What are all they? So what are all they? Here in Django, model represents the data. So model represents the database or data. Here we have to write the code to creation of table and everything should be there in the model. Okay, then normally there is a difference between model view controller. So in the view in Django, so this is in Django, views are created for business logic. Views are created for business logics. Okay, so in Django, databases are there in model. Views are created for business logics and templates, that is called MVT. So templates for HTML designing. So HTML bar, CSS or bootstrap, anything, this having the designing, which we have seen in browser. So the templates only shown by the client. The templates which will be visible to client side or which will be visible to the clients. But the model and views, which are all only seen by the server side people, those who are administrating the website. Okay, so the templates which will be seen in the browser, so that will be there in the client side. So in the server side, we have to see that model and so there are displays. But normally, so MVC is the concept. So for, normally there is a MVC concept called model, same data for view, this for templates, for controller, this for business log. So instead of that, we can change the Django will remodel it for like this. So model, views, and templates. Okay, that's the thing here. We go into Django. So these are all the important things which will be when we see the Django. Okay. Now, so this thing, so Django, we are having models, views, and an app that is called templates. So URLs, templates, tags, filters, everything is there. So that's the thing. Now see. So Django is a MVT architecture more than MVC, modeling the class according to the data, querying the data according to the request, represent the structure, the data into the HTML. So how the concepts. Here Django is the framework in Python which is used to create the object relational model. So what is that object relational model? So if it is the plain table, then the hackers will hack your website and they have given SQL injection into your website and get the data from database. In order to avoid that, we can create the tables as objects. We can create the tables as objects. See here, user will call the Django website through the URL. It will directly go to view. Or view will decide which template has to be shown to the particular user. Which template has to be shown to the particular user. So that will be decided by the view based according to the model. So based according to the model, the view will decide which template has to be shown, which data has to be shown to the user request. So that's the concept behind the Django about that model, views, and the templates and the URLs. Which URL has to be shown? See, suppose this is the Django flow. See here, somewhat type HTTP like this. So it will directly come to roots that are all called URLs in Django, but that directly go to controller. Controller means here views. That will be talked with the model. So suppose any data has to be requested by the client, that will be taken using the database and shown to the, that is response given to the particular client. So all the concepts mainly are there in the views part. Okay. So the model part is always talked with the database. Always talked with the database as well as it will be talked with the. So that is the concept how the Django will. Okay, now we go for somewhat starting the practical, I will show you one by one how to create a project, what are all the files. So I will go to somewhat D colon, somewhat project. I will create the project there. So there are so many projects are there. So how to create today somewhat project. Either we can go for virtual environment, otherwise we cannot go for virtual environment. We directly create a website here. So how to create a website? So I have to create Mac directory, mkdir or md Django. So cd Django. Here I have to create the website. So here I have to create the website. We have to create the project. So we have to go to D colon. So cd project. So cd project, cd Django. Here I have to create the project. I already told you we need the Django for this in order to create the project. See, I will show you the Django version. So Python. So import Django. So Django dot underscore underscore version. That is 4.2.11. This is a stable version. I already told you. 4.2 is stable version. 5 is not stable version. 5 is a bug version. Because the latest version is 5, but that is a bug version. It is called as 4.2 is called as long-term support version, LTS version. Okay, so but 5 is standard term support service. That is a bug version, but 4.2.11 is not a bug version. It's a bug-free version. So now how to create a project? What are all the things inside the project? I will explain one by one. So how to create a project? Django -admin start project. So I have to create a project called as for e-commerce site. I already told you. So that is called as Udani. That is say for a food site. Okay, so we have to create the app as food Annie. Okay, so anything we have to give the name. So I have to give the name as Dairy. So this is for food products e-commerce website. So once we have to create the project or once we have to start the project, what happens? I will see. It will create the project. See, now the project is created. So now the project is created. What are the things inside the project I have to show? So dear. See, there is a folder called Fudanic. So here, what are the things? So there is another folder called Fudanic and manage.py is there. The manage.py is the important file. The manage.py is the important file which will be useful for creating apps, creating databases, migrating databases, running the server. So everything will be there in the manage.py. This here, the manage.py is built by the Django itself. We cannot modify, we can't modify the manage.py. That is not required. So the manage.py program is a powerful program which was used to create the apps that is called some websites. And then we have to run the program. We have to create the tables. We have to migrate the tables. So anything can be do by the manage.py. But what is that in the another folder? That is the important thing. So this folder is for administration purpose. This folder is for settings and administration purpose. So this is also built in. We can change the settings. We can change the settings. So ASGI. What is that ASGI? That is one file called ASGI. I already told that Django is the powerful environment. There is a built-in server. So there is a built-in server. So what is ASGI means? Asynchronous services gateway. So what is the asynchronous? At the same time, more than one process will be running in the browser. So for that, we are using the asynchronous services gateway. Settings.py, we can change our settings based on our environment, our creativity. So for that, we are using the settings. URLs.py, that is for routing purposes. Okay, for viewing the sites. WSGI, Web Services Gateway Interface. So this ASGI and the WSGI is take responsible for to run the project or to run the server or to render the content which are written in Python language. Okay. Now you have to see, I have to run this site. See, Python manage.py run server. Python manage.py run server. It will automatically run. Just a minute here. So import OS. Okay, so here base directory is already there. I have to make it in the directories. I have to add. See, here is the directories. Here I have to add. Here I have to add the templates file with my base directory. So what is the base directory here? The Foodanic is the base directory here. The Foodanic is the base directory here. Okay, here I have to so import OS is given. So in the directory, I have to add the content. I have to add the content. So what is the content? So this is the content. So OS path join the folder with the base directory with the content. So OS path dot join. So OS path dot join. Which path? Base directory. The templates directory should be added to the base directory. So I have created that. So I have created the templates folder in the base directory later. So for that, I have given now. Now, so already we have installed. So another thing in the settings.py, static, suppose I want to put medias. What is medias means? Nothing but the images, audios, videos, all those things. So I have to given. So I think this is there. Static root. So static media will serve images in our app. So static root will be added in the Python file. Settings.py. So I have added here. So I have to add the static path also. The static URL is here. So before that, I have to add static root or static URL. So static root or static URL, I have added this. So static root, I have added the static files in the base directory. That's the thing I am showing. Static temporary files also added in the static TMP. So then static files directory should be base directory with a static. Then static file storage we don't require for media root. So everything should be fine. We don't need the white noise because that is for the white noise is for running, that is deploying the project in the cloud. Deploying the project. So we have to give the media root, we have to make directory, static term, static root, media root, everything we have to give here in the set. So for that only we have to use. Now, so we have to create a project. We have to create a project. Now we have to settings the directory. We have to settings the directory for the concepts. Okay, we have to give the media URL also. Media URL, I think it is. So anything media files that is put under media URL. Okay, so that's the thing that it shows. Now we have to create. So in a project, we can create any apps. That is, apps means it is nothing but it is a website. So now I have to create two apps. One app is called as app, and another app is called as another app is called as users. Okay, another app is called as user. So how to create this? So I have to create one more terminal. I have to create one more terminal. There I have to create it. So here Python manage.py start app apps. See, I have to create so one app. Okay. So it will create one more folder. See, it create one more folder. So inside the folder, there are so many files called migrations, admin.py, apps.py, models.py, test.py. So each and everything will be available here also. So what is the part of testing here? Testing part here, we have to test unit test. By default nowadays, the unit testing is applicable with the full stop. Okay, that's why that is called as test.py. Now again. So again, I have to create one more app called users. Again, another folder will say users is another folder which consists the same. So users is another folder, app is one folder, and users is another. So there are two folders created to run two types of two websites. One is app website, another one is users. Yeah, these two websites are available with the project. With the project is called Foodad. But the project is by default it is running. It is running. But we have now created two. So after created that, that will be added to the settings.py. That will be added to the settings.py in the installed application. So I have added these two in the settings in order to pull the things, to the server. So that's why we have to add it into the settings.py in order to pull the things into the server. Now I have to create the URLs. I have to create the URLs in the Foodad. Already Foodad, there is a URLs.py called in the Foodad. See here. Here already we are having admin site URLs. So here I have to add something called as import path, comma, include. I have to add or include the directory. I have to add or include the thing. So and then I have to create the insert the static file. So I have to add somewhat called a static file. Then I have to give some configuration file in order to set the thing. Now again, I have to go for so path. Have to add it. See here, I have to give the if I have give localhost 8000 means it will call the app.url. Still the app in the app folder. So app represents the app folder. There is no URL. So I have to create. I have to create. So same thing. I have to give you. I have to give you for users. I have to give you for users. Okay. Then if settings.debug, I have to add the media URL and out. Okay, so I have settings.media URL. So document root, settings.media root, and okay. So all are inside the URLs that all are inside the URL. Okay. Now I have to add the files which are inside the app folder. What are all they? We need two files. One file is URLs, uniform resource locator. Another one in order to create forms. Normally in industries, big industries, they are creating projects, Django projects using PyCharm Enterprise Edition. Because the PyCharm Enterprise Edition is user friendly for the Django files creation. Okay, so for that, in industry, they are using PyCharm, but if you put that, that will make more RAM. So that's why they are using Visual Studio Code. This will take less RAM. But in industry, they are using Enterprise Edition. Enterprise Edition is the paid version. If PyCharm Community Edition, that is a free version. Okay. So that's the difference between them. Just check. Now we have to create two files in the urls.py and forms.py. Same thing in the users folder also. Same thing in the users folder also. Okay, so both we have created. So now we go for user authentication. So we are running, but first of all, we have to configure each and everything, and then we go for views. In the views, we have to create the views to run the templates. So before that, we have do everything. So now I will go again to the settings. See what are all the things in the setting.py. I will show you. See, these are all the things. These are all the things. The base directory is there, import OS is there. We have to put this. So app users, then we have go for markdown. We need. So these are all other concepts. So we have to see base. So allowed host for production. So middleware is there. Root URL configuration already there. So this thing we have finished. So this thing already there. So this thing is there. This thing is there. So we have to add this static file. We have to add this static file. Okay, we have to add these static file paths inside our this thing. So first of all, we have to add this thing in our static file in the settings.py. You have to check. I will send the file. So here, So static URL, media URL, everything, but this does not require, but I have to put. Then another thing, so these concepts are same. So login redirect URL, login URL. So these things, I have to put it in settings. Okay. So these things are very, very important in order to set the path for the template, set the path for static file, set the path for images like that. Now, okay. Messenger for each Django URL conversion model app URLs that file does not appear to have any. Okay. Now we go for next thing. So we have to create the URLs.py in the app. So we directly go to now URLs.py of users. We have to go to URL py of users. I have to create this. Not I am not going now to app. I am going now for users URL start. See these things are there. Okay, these things are there in the. So this kind of views are there in the. This kind of things there in the URLs. So we have to create this views. Sign up view, login view, logout view, change password view, password change done view, password reset view, reset the user ID view, reset done view. So many views we have to create. So for that only we have put these paths. Okay. So now it's fine. Okay, now it's fine. Now we go next. Oh, there is some circular import because we are not using these URLs. We will go to urls.py. I have to remove this app. So we don't need the URL app.urls. So here there is some syntax error. It shows. I will check. So now the error will gone. Okay, because from dot views import everything. So there is no sign up is there. So we have to create everything. So these are all the URLs. First of all, we have to do it. Now we have to go to the views.py. In the users, here we have to create the views. We have to create the templates one by. We have to create the views. We have to template one by. So once we have created each and everything here, it will be displayed in the browser. So for that, I have created one by. So for templates, so I already told you for templates. So we have to create the templates folder. So inside the users, and we have to create login.html file. And so each and every file we have to create. What are all the files? Here we have seen so many files. What are all the files? See in the URLs file, we have created sign in, sign up, login, logout, change password, reset, and reset. So these are the views we have to create. So login HTML, logout HTML. So all those things are there. Login HTML, logout HTML, change password HTML, password reset, done HTML, forgot password HTML. These are all the HTML files we have to create inside that templates folder because all are templates. See, normally in Django, we are creating the templates. The templates is known as Jinja templates because here we have created the HTML file with inside the Python code. In the HTML files, we are having the Python codings also. That's why this is called Jinja template. If you go for Laravel, there it called as Blade template. Okay, so each and everything there is some names we are using. So here we are using that. So we have to create first of all folders. So how to create folders? So inside the user, we have to create new folder called templates. So new folder called templates. So inside the templates, we have to create another folder called the users, which is the app thing. So always we have to create like this. So once we have to put templates, we have to create the templates folder. Inside the templates folder, we have to create another folder which is named as the particular app. It is named as the particular app. So here, inside this only, I have to create the file. So inside the users, I have to create new file called as index.html. What is that index.html? So that will be running first. Then I have to create a new file called login.html. And another file not required, index not required. So I have to delete that. I have to go for login. I have to go for logout. So logout.html. So first of all, we have to create the files. Then we have to put the content. So login.html, logout.html. Then password reset. Done. Change password. Change password.html. So just right click it and do. So I have to give change password.html. Then password reset done.html. So password reset done.html is there. So that is an underscore, I think. Okay, we have to rename it. So password underscore reset done.html. Then forgot password.html. Okay, so forgot password.html. Forgot hyphen password.html. Then password reset confirm.html. Complete.html like that. I have to create one by one. So next forgot password. So we have to verify. We have to verify with the urls.py. So what are all the things? So here all the files will be there. So login.html, logout.html, change password HTML we have created. Password reset done.html we have created. Forgot password.html we have created. Password reset done. Already there is one password reset. Here another one. So password reset confirm.html. So password reset confirm. Password reset underscore confirm. Okay, another one. Password reset complete. Okay. So password reset confirm complete, change password, forgot password, login, logout, everything will be there. So this all comes under users URL. So what are they? See login HTML, logout HTML, change password. Okay, the users password reset, forgot password reset done again. There are two times we have calling. So password reset confirm, password reset confirm. So these are all the files we have created for. So another thing, see there is another file called password reset email.html, password reset done. So password reset email. So password reset underscore email dot html. So these are all the designs. First of all, we need. So first of all, we have to prepare with that. Then we go into the project. So password reset email, password reset subject dot text. Password underscore subject underscore reset dot txt. This is txt. So password reset subject. So these are all the files. So apart from that, okay, fine. So now we have created these kind of files. So password reset done, confirm, complete, email, subject, then login, logout, HTML, change password. So each and every file. So for style sheet, for sign up, I have to create. So again, another file called signup.html for signing the form. So signup.html. Suppose I want to put it in another file called style.html. So these HTML files which are shown during the run. So for HTML style.html, I have to give the code. Yesterday, what we have seen in the CSS is there. So HTML body, the height, the global container, the form, the card title, the button, the login form, sign up form. So each and every form, each and every HTML form, there is a common CSS file. That is common HTML or CSS file will be there in the style.html. In the style.html. Now, so this is inside the users file. Now again, we have go for somewhat called login HTML. Login for this page. Login HTML for this. See here, I am not still creating base. I have to create the base.html later. So if you have put this curly braces followed by the percentage which represents the Python code. So which represents the Python code. Otherwise, the div class will requires the CSS code. Okay, the CSS. Okay. So this is the content which we have. So see here they include the style.html file, which is inside the user. So we have to add this style.html where the CSS content will be there. So here, did you have account URL site? You have not account URL. So we have to add extra. So we have to give for password. So each and everything we have to given here in the login.html. Then next. So we want this. So for that, I have to put somewhat called base.html. That file is that file is there in the main project. In the main project, I will show you that base file is base.html is there in the main. So this is for logout. This content is for logout HTML. This content is for logout. So this kind of things is called as Jinja template because here we are having Python codes as well as the HTML. See, there is one point during the form method post, we are using CSRF. So CSRF means cross-site resource forgery token. It will prevent the SQL injection. Okay, now we go for change password dot. Now we go for change password dot. First of all, we have to finish the templates. Then we go for next step. Okay, so this is change password template. Then password reset done. So password reset done. So these are all HTML with the Jinja templates. So that is the password reset. This is the password forgot. So this is the password reset. Okay, forgot password is there. So this is the forgot password.html file. There is another form will come for forgot password in order to reset the password. Okay, then password reset subject.text. Nothing. Fudanic password reset. That's not required. We go for password reset email. So this is for password reset email. So this is for password reset email. Just a minute. We'll rename the file. Okay, here. So here the password reset email. This one is for password reset done. This one for password reset done. Already we are gave. Then this thing for password reset confirm. Then another. So then password reset complete. So everything we have to put the. So everything we have to put the file. But it is still not viewing. It is still not viewing in the running because we are not still creating views. Just we are just creating the templates. We have to create the templates. So this is the static part. So we have to create the templates. This is the static part. Now I have to make it as base.template. For that I will make it that. So the folder is there in the main. So the folder is there in the main. So we have to create the templates folder, media file. So we have to create the templates folder and the media file. So go to Fudani. So main folder. So in the main folder, we have to create the folder. So Fudani. So not here. Okay, you have to create. You have to click here in the manager.py. Then go there. Now you have to create folder called templates. This is the main part. And another thing in the Fudani. So I have to click the manager.py. Again, I have to create another folder called media. Here only I have to put the media is already there. So because we have already created, given that folder name, so already there is the media folder. Okay, see here, there is a media. So static template. So all the folders will be created because why these folders are created means we have given in the settings.py. That's why these folders are created. Now, in the templates folder, we are having the base.html. From here only the base.html will be. So in this templates folder, I have to create a new file called base.html. Okay. So from here the bootstrap will be taken. Okay, if you have given bootstrap, then the bootstrap will be given here in the base.html. It will extend each and every. Okay, I have to create the templates folder inside the main app. Okay, inside the main. So there I have to give the base HTML. Now next. Still we are not doing anything. Now I have to create Python manager.py create super. But before that, we have to create the views. Otherwise, it will say error. Otherwise, it will say error. So for that, we go to views.py. In the users, I have to create the functions. So in the users, I have to create the functions. Wait a minute. These are all in the app part. So these are all in the app part. I am not going for app. So app urls.py here. So this part is in the app. So I am not still running the app. Just a minute. So in app.urls.py is the app.views. App.views. So this is the files which are in the app.views. So for app, I have to create another template folder, another app folder, and inside that I have to put these files, these HTML files. Okay, these are all the files which I have to put it. So this is the URLs in the app dot py, that is in the app. So already I have to put this. Again, I have to put this. Okay. Now there in the settings.py, we have commented that particular urls.py here. So I have to give app.urls. Something given there. Now we go. Now this part is finished. Now we go to what is this? Means we have to add this. Already we have added this in the main URL stuff. So here we have to add this in the app. This is for in the main URL stuff, right? But we are not still giving the users URLs.py. So for that, I have to give the users views. Here we are not still creating, so I have to create the users views just yet. So I have to go to users views. So there the file will be there. So I will explain it. This one, just carefully listen. There is the main thing we are seeing. See, def sign up context. This is the empty. We have to add it here. If request.method equal to post. Form user creation, request post. So form is valid, then the data will be there. So username, password. So username, password will be taken. So for that, we have to create the Python coding here. We have to write the Python coding. So this is a if condition. If the method is get, form user creation, user sign up HTML. So if you have give get method or if you have give post. So any method we have to take. Okay, this is the concept. Okay, there are so many password change form or nothing will be we are using. Now go again. Now something is there in the Django configuration in the URL start. There is app.urls.py, there is a error. So app.urls.py, there is a error. What is the error means? This is there. Now we have to correct that error also. Now it is reloading. See, fine. Now it is run. So I have to put some views. I have to put some views. I have to put some thing, but still I am not putting any media or anything. Then before that, how I will run this project? Okay, so before run this project, I have to create the super. I have to create the super user, and I have to migrate. So Python manager.py. Now I will go for another cell. So I have to give the migrate. So what happened? We will see. There are lot of tables will be created. There are lot of tables will be created for the authentication and administration. Still, we are not creating the models for app or user in order to store the values. But still, we have already created the project. So in the project, for the project, what happened? They have to create some types, some tables. Okay, so what is that? Means so authentication sessions, administration purposes, it has to create some tables. Now, again, I have to create after the migrate. Again, I have to run the server. Before that, I have to create super user. That is the administrator user. So Python create super Python manager.py create super user.py. Create super user. Okay, so Python manager.py create. If you are administrator or you have any username, yours famous, no problem. Your administrator, you have yours name also. Okay, you have just give enter. You don't give any email address. You have to give the password, any password. So I have to give some 1 2 3 4 5. Again, I have to give for 1 2 3 4 5. So the password is totally numeric, no problem. I have already the server is running. I have created some URLs called admin empty and okay. Suppose it is admin URL, that is a normal URL, it will call as app. Otherwise, it is for you, it is user. For admin, it will ask for username. Just check it. So suppose I have to put admin. What happened? Still, it is not running. I think just a invalid storage. Still, it is not working in the admin because still the tables are not created. So there is some error. Admin CSS base. So we have to put this admin CSS base CSS. It will ask. Okay. So main phase. Oh, no module named white. Okay. I have to install that one. Okay. Install. This is normally for deployment only. Now I will check it. See, now it will come. So now it will be coming. So here administration, administrator. So 1 2 3 4 5. So groups and users will come. So already we have only one user, that is admin. So we can create groups. We can create users for administration purpose. We can give the rights. So each and everything we can do it here. So now normally see there are three URLs are showing there. If you go to Plane, there are normal three URLs. So normally three things. So still it's not working because we are not still putting. Okay, so that's why it is not so. So app.index.html is not so. That's the thing that now I have to put some word called app.index.html. Then what happened? So in the app there is a template. There is a app. Okay. So in the app I have to create new folder called templates. In the templates I have to create new folder called app. So inside the app I have to create five things. So create, delete, detail, and index. So I have to put it in app. That's all. Already I have created this thing. So this is the create.index.html. This is the delete.html. This is the detail.html. So all are HTML file based on the bootstrap. Okay, so index.html and then now we will go there and see. So something is there. Still template does not exist. App.index.html. Already I gave app.index.html here. Where it is sitting. I will check. So I will go to properties to see. The app templates, app index is there, but still not running. Okay, no problem. I will check. Later I will check. Okay, now, so we make it migration, we make it Python manager.run server. So now we have to create the model. After creating models, we have to put the image. Because models, I already told you. So for models, we need this markdown X. So for that, I have to again go there and I have to install that pip install. mark down no matching distribution. So what they are asking is mark down. Yes. I will check what is the version and what is that. So Django Markdown. This is all for designing and videos. So then next one is I have to install somewhat mark. Still there are opt index. Okay, we'll find, we'll check. So now we'll go. Now we go to model. This model will be put it in users dot. This model is put it in users dot. So in the models.py add the following for the users, not for. Okay, now I will go there. We'll go there. So and put it in this and the sorry. See here, models is there. So markdown X field model. So user. So class. So see what are all the fields? Name, description, preparation, cook, servings, image, ingredients, directions, notes. So everything will be okay. These are all the annotations which are giving us property. Okay, these are all the things we are already given. They are already installed. So something it will be reloaded. Yeah, something it will be. Okay, we have to create the models. Once we have created the model, see here they are given pip install Django Markdown. Then we have to add it this in the install apps. So we have added this in the install apps. Go to settings.py. In the installed apps, we have to already we have given apps user. Here we have to give Markdown. Okay, we have to give the Markdown. Okay. Now we have to add this into the URLs of main URL. In the main URL, I have to add this here. Now I have to make migration. Make migration means it has to be create the tables for the particular models which I have given in the user. See, it is called the recipe, which is the table name. See here, the which is called the recipe called as table name. So I have created make migration. Here automatically there is a file called initial.py. So this is the. So what actually happens? If I give make migration, what I have written, this is the Python coding. This is the Python coding which we are writing for our convenience. These are all the data types which are writing for. But after making migration, the Django will be converted the file into their readability form, and they have to add one more field called ID. That is a big auto field. This is automatically incremented. That field set as primary key. Still the table is not created. Still the table is not created, but the content will be created to create that table. The content will be created in order to create the table. So this is the concept behind that. So we have given something we have given the code for model, it will automatically create it based on their requirement. Then after make migration, again I have to give migrate. What happened? See, it has created all the migration. Now we have to see these tables. We have to see these tables into our where? Into our actually app migrations initial right? The type session running now. Okay, no problem. We have created in the users, no problem, but they are putting in the app. Okay, anyhow, yeah, no problem. Now again, we go to app forms. Okay, just a minute. I will change this to the app. Just a minute. Okay, later we will see it. No problem. I will check whether that is running or not. How to see that? Check it. Some problems are there. I will find out. Now here I have made the migration. Wait a minute. Yeah, now it is created. Delete model and create model recipe. Now I have to view migrate. It will automatically change. Okay. So it will automatically change. So to here. In the app, there is a initial.py will come. Okay, so it will be migrated. Now, what happens? So after this, I have add this, I have finished this. Now I will go to create model recipes there, apply all migration. So initial will be created. So okay, it's fine. Now I have to add this site to the admin. So what is the admin? What happens? See, just here, I will give some word called admin. See here, there is no app or user stored because we have created one project called users, another one project called app, still not there. So I have to create that. I have to show that. So for that, I will go to admin. So admin is there. Admin. Here I have to register. Here I have to register the particular site. So what site? From models.site, I have to register the admin.site.register. So now we will see what happened. See the admin recipes. The table will be coming. Just click it. See there is 0 recipes. So I have to add it. I have to add it. See here the name of the recipe. Anything I will give some word called pizza. I will give something. So somewhat prepare some ingredients, anything. I have to cook something. So savings one, choose file. If you have image file, I have to that thing I will do. That thing still we are not doing. So I have to put that. Just a minute. I have to put the media. See here the image. So I have to put this media. Just copy it. Not here. So I have to create Control A, Control C. Once I have to put here in the media, I will copy it from there. Now I have to call it. Just a minute. So choose file, image. Where is it? In my project. Where is the project folder? We'll go there. In the project folder, we have put that. In our project, in the media file. We have select somewhat image open. So now so some ingredients, some directions, some notes, anything we have given. So author is administrator. I have to choose. So now it is saved. Now it is saved. But where I have to see this? For that, we have to install one more content. For that, we have to install one more content. That is one more software called as DBSQL. So DBSQL. So that is DBSQLite download. So if you go there, this DB browser for SQLite software will be shown. See, there is a 64-bit standard installer you have to install. So 64-bit standard installer. I will show you how to open. So now we have some content will be stored. I told you content will be stored in the database. That thing I will show you in from our project. Where is our project? Our project is in D folder. Project. Our project is in D folder. Django Practicals. I will go to DB SQLite 3. Just right click it. Open with more apps. Go to look for another app. It will call program files. Go there. Come down. Here. I think it is there. Just a minute. Where I will put, I will check. It's there actually. So I think it will be in the program files or program files in a D folder. Just a minute. So here also not there. I will install it. Just a minute. Just very small software. Just a minute. It is installing. Once installed, it will shown here. Now I will open it. So DB SQLite, open it. Look for another app. So go here, DB browser for SQLite, DB browser for SQLite, open. See, so add recipe in the app. Recipe is there. So go to browse data. See what the data you have, see media, image, the image will be stored here, the path will be stored here in the database file. So see, these are all the content, what are all the things you have entered in the admin, have entered in the admin. So this is the way we have created the database. So see here, in the user, see auth user, we have already one user. So go to browser data, go to auth user, see there is a user called administrator. So this is the password that's fully encrypted, the username is up. So these are all the things which is inbuilt in the SQLite 3. Okay, so this is the thing, this is our project. Now again here we'll go. So we have created one thing called, we have to put it inside the now main form. I will go to main form. So forms.py in the app. So in order to display the data, so I will go to, in order to add the form style to the app. So this is the thing. So duration widget dot widget, time duration widget, class recipe form, the automatically the time will be coming. The time will be coming. Okay, that's the thing there in the forms. So, but this form where it will be displayed, we'll check. Now see, so duration widget and the crispy form I have to install one by one. It will be installed one by one. Both I have to put it in installed apps. So duration widget and the crispy. Go to settings.py. Go to settings.py. I have to add it. Okay, now I have to add it. So in the templates directory, app directory is true. So in the templates, we have to give app directory is already true. So crispy template pack. On the bottom of the settings.py, I have to give crispy template. In the templates, app directories dot app directory is true. Whereas that app directory is already true. So in the last, I have to add, I have to work it with the bootstrap 4 or 5, anything I have. Okay, that's all. Now we have to go for CRUD operation. CRUD means create, read, update. So what are all the things we have installed? What are all the things we have installed? Some of the things we have installed. So admin app recipe is there. Now it is working fine. We have added it. Now again I have to add one more recipe. So anything. Okay, so this thing will be coming. So if I click this, the detail will be coming. Okay, so the detail will be coming. Okay, this is the list and okay. Now what happened? We have to give the create. So in the app.views.py, already some content will be there. So already some content will be there in the app.views.py. Already we are putting the views.py in the users folder. In the users, we have to put views.py. Yeah. But now we have to put it in the in the app folder. We have to put the views.py. Already something will be there. It is roughly given some base syntax. Now I have to give full syntax. Just a minute, I will. So I have give this much syntaxes in order to work with the views in the app.views. because we are creating index.html, detail.html, create.html, something called as update.html. That is for what? That is for crude operation. Okay, we have to add it, delete it, and all. So we have given the images. Okay. Now, after that, what happened? See, wow, for a lot of code. There is a lot of code. So Fedonic templates based.html we have already putting. So in the create.html we have already content putting. So this is the new recipe. The design will be coming. Where it comes, I will check. See, what we have added is the content. So what this? What is this? So what is this actually? See, there is another part. There is another part. One part called this is the admin part. This is the admin part. This is run in server. This part is normally run in server. Okay. This part is normally run in client side. This part is run in client side. Okay. If you have to click view, the view will be in the big size. The view will be in the big size. See? The view will be in the big size. So this is the way. This is the way creating the website. This is the way we are creating the Django website. It consists of lot of Python codes, but it will be very fast rendering in each and every content, that is in each and every technology. There is for full stack development, minimum two parts will be available. One part is separate part. One part is separate part. That part is backend. One part is separate part. That part is front end. So front end always running client side. Backend is always running server side. But here there is only one running. We can open it client as well as server side, and that. So that's the thing. So we can change it anything. The automatically the running content will be immediately within a fraction of a second. The running content will be changed. That is the context behind the power of Django. When you go to Java or if you go to Man, you go to Angular, that is main. So any concept, we need to run two servers. Instead of here in Django, we need to run only one server. Okay, that is the important behind this. So do you understand? I have sent the code. Do you understand what is Django? What is the power of Django? How the Django is useful for us to create the website. So now the time is for querying session. If you ask any query, we'll just ask, put it in chat.
So Venkat, I will just enable mic access for them.
Mic. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah,
We have
anybody?
enabled the microphone and camera access for everyone. So if you have any questions on this, you can start putting your questions.
Anything regarding static website, dynamic website, or simple website, or Django website, or full stack, or database, any questions you are asking. I already asked one question, nobody has answered that. That is why do we use SQLite? So any queries, anything, we have created some websites using the Django. Some simple codes are there. Getting open. Last thing. Okay, so already I asked why we are using SQLite 3 in built with the Django. Anybody knows about that? Where the SQLite database is using? So where the SQLite database is using? Anybody know about that? Why do we use this SQLite? See, SQLite database, which is used with the databases in Android apps. So in the Android phones, we are using the SQLite. See, any MNCs, very big MNCs, they are using this Django in both websites as well as in the Android apps. That time, in the Android apps, they are using SQLite. In the websites, they are using PostgreSQL. Because more or less the data type should be same in PostgreSQL and the data type should be PostgreSQL and SQLite. So that's why both are interacted. For example, if you are ordering the things in Amazon using the phone in the Amazon app, or you have to ordering the things in the website, both are stored in the Postgre. But during the ordering your things from your phone, that will be stored in the SQLite. Later, it will be migrated to the PostgreSQL. So that's why Python, the Django has given that SQLite 3 option. That is a very small database when we comparing other database. Okay, it is a small database when we are having the other databases. That is the concept behind. Any other questions? I think I conclude with that. For I think you are all understand about that. Is it? Yes, Python support cloud-based DB. Any DB already there. Yeah, AWS DynamoDB it will be support. By default, in company, if you are using Python, they are used MongoDB. So MongoDB is nothing but this is a NoSQL DB. AWS DynamoDB is also a NoSQL DB. Normally in Python, they are used MongoDB from the cloud one, from the Atlas, MongoDB Atlas. That is from cloud. They are using in the company. Normally, the Python very well support all the type of DBs. We have to install the driver only. We have to install the intermediator or driver only. It will automatically work with any kind of databases. By default, it is working with SQLite data. Some small companies, they are using the Django, they are interacting with the MySQL. But for production, they are always using PostgreSQL. If you need NoSQL, then they are using the NoSQL. Any other questions? You directly ask because your phone is, that is your mic is already they are given permission for unmute. You can directly ask any questions. No, there is no chance. There is no chance. No, no chance. No chance. Python will not replace Java. Java is somewhat that is for different. That is for different category. Python nowadays it is growing, but Java is somewhat there, but not that much nowadays. But Java is there, but still there. They are using the Java. Actually, they are using not core Java, but Spring Boot is always there for creating full stack using Java. That is Spring Boot and React. Spring Boot and React, Spring Boot and Angular is already there in the market, not core Java. For Java is already not there. Because for testing, for microservices, for all those things, they are using Spring Boot. Is there any question apart from this? I already told you there are a lot more jobs in the full stack development of Python. Shall I conclude the sessions with today's offer? Yeah, there is Python for mobile development is also there. That is Flask. We are using Python for mobile development using Flask. Flask is there in order to develop the mobile app development.
Okay, so hope your questions are been answered, and there are no questions for you people. If you have any more questions, you can ask. In the meantime, like I just wanted to introduce to our course, or I can say what are the benefits of learning Python. So what is that? I hope this has already been shared by Mr. Venkatesh. If not, you can chime in. So Venkatesh, has this been shared with them? Okay. Do you have any questions on why this Python is growing like this or anything like that? Anyone is having any questions? You are you are having mic access, so you people can ask. Because if you see that Python is like growing in the 60% increase in the jobs, and if you see any name, any organization, they are using Python, and it is one of the top paying jobs across the globe. Whichever you take, it is having. Whatever we are seeing is like full stack. After that, we are having data centers, we are having machine learning, we are having developers, general developers, we are having Flask developers, Python automation engineers. These are like different roles, as already Venkatesh might have said. So to support with all these things, we at Houses IT, we yesterday also we have shown about our course. We feel like there are few people who has joined today, so we just wanted to introduce them to our course, which we deliver. So the course is not only just about like what we do in Python or anything. It needs to be beyond that. So this is something like which we give at Mahojes IT. So Mahojes IT is an IT organization where we deliver training and we make a person as an engineer who can work as a developer and then they can create their own offerings. So for that purpose, we are having a Python full stack development course, which is of 40 hours, and it starts from the basics of Git, which is a repository. So this will give you a discipline of how to store your code. Then we are having HTML, CSS, JS, and Bootstrap, which we call it as web designing, which will help you to design your front end and create your static websites. With this, just not only you will be learning about the front end, but also you can start creating your own static websites and host. If you know a bit of PHP here and there, you can start hosting your websites. And static website, yesterday you people have created your own static website. Like that also we can host our static websites. After that, we are going ahead with the core Python, where you will be understanding about how to use Python, where to use Python, why we are using Python. Following with it, you will also learn about data types in Python and advanced topics of Python. So that is also such thing which is required on a day-to-day basis to start working on Python. Post which we will be starting writing interactive code, algorithms, and other stuff like where you can want to write code, where loops, statements, searching. So those are like something which is very much mandatory when you are want to write your complex code. So that way we'll be covering. Following with it, we will go ahead with the OOPS concepts in Python, which where you will be introduced to classes, methods, abstracts, inheritance. So those kind of concepts to ease out your functionalities. Following with it, we will also not just stop over there. We will also let you know how to work with APIs because APIs are so much important. And there was one question, mobile app development, what we will be using Flask. So Flask is one of not just for mobile development. Flask is one of the leading and strongest language or a framework which will be used for API developments. Whenever you want to deal with the APIs, so at the point time you can go ahead with Flask. And there are certain developer tools like how to use PyTest or assert test something like which we will be using PyTest so that we will be covering it across. So how to use it for make sure your application works properly. And not just over there, we will be covering SQL. In the SQL, we will be covering PostgreSQL over this part. Bit of SQL Lite 3 and PostgreSQL will be coming and we will be working across with all the CRUD operations. Following ahead with the Django. Django is the actual topic which is going to make sure the full-fledged of full stack because there is something for how discipline of how to store. Then there is something called as front end, which is called as web designing, and back end is what is missing. So that's where this Django is coming, chiming in. So how to use Django? What are the different things? Whatever you have learned today, like there is something called as model view template. So we're going to go in depth about model view template and how we're going to use the web designing concept, whatever we have learned in the HTML, CSS, JS, Bootstrap, and implement that in Django so that it will become a full web app. So from a static website to a dynamic web app. So how to create it, we will be seeing. Finally, we will conclude with the Django REST part, which is like APIs and deploying web API. Because today we are learning Python full stack. Later point time, if you want to integrate this full stack with any other component or any other languages, at the point time you need to make sure your web app is compatible enough to work with APIs. So that's where an example is like using Django. The other side you want to host it with a React.js or Angular. So at those point of your front end, you want to give still stylish look. So at those point time, we will be going with React or Angular some point in time. Example is our Instagram, Facebook is running over there, even our YouTube. So though they are like having a Django as the backend, front end they are having like React and Angular. So if you want to do it, we need to learn about REST. So that's Django REST. So that's what we will be covering. So with this, we are like giving it for 40 hours. And you people know, like yesterday we have thrown up some offers. This course is of 40 hours, and we wanted to not to give you exactly at the same price, and we want to give you some offer. And yesterday we have introduced the same offer, and we wanted to reduce the offer today, but due to the like few people have reached us and then requested for the extend the offer, so we wanted to give you the same offer today as well. There is 25% off, and it is 22 125 for the people who are attended the workshop for both the days and whenever they wanted to register to our 40 hours Python Django course. It's of 40 hours and it's completely online. This is not just a course, and my team will be posting you about the links, which is for if you want to make the full payment or term payment, both the things they will be posting on, and you can go through the page and you can know about it. And this course, whatever we are offering, this cost is not just for the purpose of learning the course. We will give beyond it always. So that's where Mohojes IT is like familiar with. Whenever a person requires a job, they need to perform a lot of things. So Mohojes IT is at your side, which will be helping you in 100% placement assessment means wherever there is a job opening for Python full stack, we will be keeping you posted and we will make sure like you are grabbing that offer. We will not make sure like we will not make you like you are learning and then you are moving away without a job or something. We'll make sure wherever that how to apply for a job, like how to create your profile, where the jobs are available, which city, what kind of questions they will be asking. So we will make sure we prepare you for an interview and get placed. Next is career counseling. So there will be people who will be switching their careers like from one part to other part, like how they wanted to switch, what we want to do. Example is today in the chat, like they were like there was a database developer. So we have just asked that Python will not work for them. So Python with pandas will work better. Or We can even say like we can go for data bricks for them that will work better for them. So this is like just a single liner career counseling example. So we will understand the need and we will even counsel them. So how to build their career. Even if you are a fresher, we will help you to understand like what's your need, which kind of job will suit you for your thought process. And mock interviews, because it's not just a course, we will also make sure you people are getting used to the interview, your nervousness, the way how you react to interview, the way how you need to boost yourself when you are getting rejected, the way how you need to celebrate when you are getting selected. So all these things will be happening in your mock interview. Next, job listing. This is what I said in a 100% placement assistance. So where are the jobs available? How to search for a job? Where are the uh, how the companies will hire? What the companies need? So everything will get covered as part of this course. Next, it's also not just we will not just quit with the course, the 40 hours duration. Once you have come, okay, your 40 hours is done, you can move. No, we will provide you a free internship of 10 days to 20 days, depends on like how you are learning and what you are learning. Depends on that, we will be providing 10 to 20 days of internship at our premises, at our office, where you will be employed in a real-time work project and you will be working with my team. Co-op programs is something like again, it is so similar to internship where you will be working with our fellow mates on some programs. Program means like there will be some works will be carrying out. You will be part of that. You will be a team member of a team. Workshops, like today is one of the workshops where it was a very short, but still we wanted to give you a glimpse of how the workshop will be. It needs to be a real-time working application which you need to create by the end of the workshop. So you will be working with a lot of workshops on job training. So after your internship is over, still if you want to wish and you want to continue, yes, we will be providing on the job training. On the job training is internship is something like where you will be learning how to work. On job training is where you will be assigned to your work at our office premises and your name will be added as a author. For example, if you are working as a full stack developer at Mohajes IT, you will be also added as one of the team member and you will be allocated with the jobs how my other team members are getting allocated. So that's where the on job training is coming to picture. And career development resources, like for to develop your career, we will be uplifting your profiles, we will be setting helping you how to set your um, LinkedIn profiles, Naukri profiles. So these are like profiles. So these are called as career development resources. Real-time projects and capstone. By end of this 40 hours, you will be working on a real-time capstone project also, which is included in your 40 hours, where you will be creating your own application with your own idea, and we will be helping you and guiding you to get it done. And it is not just course which we are where you will be learning how just to code. It is something like where and how you want to deploy the application whichever you have learned, because deployment is one of the need which will fulfill the full stack. And this is one of the selling point out of Mohajes IT, because you will not be thought about how to deploy an application in a production, because we are having our own servers, we are having our own cloud instances. So we will be showing you or we will be training you how to deploy your own application, so that whenever you are going for an interview, you can showcase that yes, boss, like I have created my own application and I know how to deploy it. Deploy it in Azure, deploy it in AWS, wherever you say, like you know how to deploy the application. That confidence we will be giving you. It's not just writing a code, because writing a code in a laptop is different than deploying the code for a production purpose. Uplifting your portfolio is again going ahead with the career development resources, because we will be creating your resumes. We will be helping you how to what you need to highlight in your resume, because not 4 5 pages of resume will not help you to get a grab a job, but a single page resume with highlighting what you know will give you higher chance to grab a job. We will provide our certificate. Yes, obviously, as a team, we will be seeing about how you perform and depends on the performance and how much you are completing. We will be providing a certificate at the end of your course. And recordings, yes, as this is an online course, like you will be getting recordings like how you are. I hope you people have visited your day one of recording. So how the recording has been published on YouTube, but when you join your course, you will be published with your batch course. Whenever your trainer trains the session, all your Q&As, everything will get recorded and it will be shared with you. Even all the documents, whatever the trainer uses in the session. It may be creating a simple code. writing a simple command to the complete project. Documentation is what is for your future reference. Whenever you want to quickly glance about what is Django or what is full stack, what where is this used, where is that is used. So everything will be documented and you will be getting a clear cut document. Career development resource, this is again the old one. It's repeated by my team. But these are like not just a whenever you join a course, you will not get all these things because we can sell these recordings, documentations on Gumroad where it will be giving us lot of benefit. So the course fees, whatever we are publishing, is for the for the time you are spending to learn that particular technology. Whatever I am showing you now is like over and above, which will easily can be bought by which you can buy on the internet for more than 20K or 30K, because in Gumroad we are there you can find that these things are getting sold out for dollars, so which we are giving it free of cost. So this is our course. If you are interested, like my team has been already gave you the links in the chat box, which is for full time. If you want to make the full payment, that is available. And there is one more link for part payments where you can make it as two parts and you can pay. And this is a 2 hours course online over against Microsoft Teams, where you will be individually cat. There will be not much people will be joining this call, and there will be very less people. We will be dividing them into multiple calls, and then because the trainer want to give you personal touch on each and every candidate, so you will be divided into multiple groups, and then each group will be having separate time. And we are planning to start the program by Wednesday, that is 20th of March, and it's online over Microsoft Teams. The link is on the chat box where you can select whether you want to pay full time or full payment or a part payment. To answer your question, it's online training only. If there is a special request for a classroom training, yes, it can be handled separately, but the price will be different. It will not be the same price. If you have any other questions, you can put it out us. And there is our mail ID, our website address, and our own phone number, which is our Madurai office, and the person who you are speaking with, that same number is also available. So you can connect with us anytime. If you have any more questions, you can reach us. And for the participant who joined both the days, you will be receiving your certificate tomorrow, and whatever is committed on the WhatsApp group will be delivered to you by tomorrow. Any more questions? Last 3 minutes, because it's already a time. We are on our time. So if you have any questions, you can put it over chat or you can ask now.
Hey Hiran,
Yes, Arvind.
what is the highest package can expect if I learn Python full stack?
Highest package one can earn, like one of my fellow cousin who is
Uh-huh.
currently joined as a fresher for 16 lakhs per annum at Amazon. He has connected as a fresher. That
Okay,
is what in my known circle is the highest for a fresher.
okay,
And I have trained people for Shell personally by myself as Siran, like for Shell organization. I can say the name because I am the one who trained them. Their package is starting with 12 lakhs to 14 lakhs. They are the freshers from different universities. Python full stack, we train them.
sounds good.
Yeah. So Python full stack has a lot of opportunities outside in the market. The only thing is, if you are experienced, you need to carefully choose. If you are a fresher, you are having a wide options on Python full stack. Full stack is not just creating a website and then giving it to someone. Full stack means like it is having a lot of roles to play around, and the power is like Python. That's what makes it unique. Any more questions? Last 1 minute, or else we need to discuss in the discussion group only. So there is a group in a WhatsApp which is discussion group. People, please join that group and you can initiate your discussion, which is related to this workshop. And you can see the community on WhatsApp. where we are having job opening, job listings, and technical trainers forum. Technical trainers forum is if you are interested to be a trainer, then if you are experienced and you are having skill and knowledge, then you can vouch in for that as well. And there is job openings, latest job openings where you can see about the list of jobs, which from our end, if my clients or known sources requesting for some job openings, then yes, we will be posting it over there. So please stay tuned on the WhatsApp group to know more about it. And we are hit the clock on time. So thank you so much for joining. And there are the both the things are live still. By end of tonight, it will be deactivated. So until then, you are having time to take a decision. Thank you so much. If you have more questions, you can connect to these two numbers, and team will be helping you on it. Thank you so much.